What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing, man? Hopefully everything is going good with you. I am so excited that this is my Extreme Rules review. I'm going to shoot you a quick review. So, the night did kick off with Randy Orton and CM Punk in the Last Man Standing match. Weapons were used throughout this match, and they displayed the weapons played off fairly well. And halfway through the match, Randy Orton pulled off a super sick RKO. CM Punk with his go to sleep on the stairs, which was just very phenomenal. I thought this was just a blown away match for me. This match was very good. I give this match a 4 stars out of 5. So yeah, the match was at its best. The only flaws was that I don't know what the flaws were, but it's hard for me to judge right now. But anyway, next match we had was a bonus match: Sheamus versus Kofi Kingston for the United States Champion. I thought this match played off fairly well. This played off some incredible moves. Like the part where Kofi Kingston, what do I call this one? Kofi Kingston does this huge boom drop at the end of the match. And then halfway through the match, it's like Kofi Kingston did some leap counters to counter falling through the table. I thought it was very incredible. And Sheamus, did some leaps of his own to avoid the tables, which was just... Kofi Kingston was really carrying the match very well, so I really give him credit for that, give him a lot of props for that. So I give this match a 3.5 stars out of 5. Next match was... What was the next match? Rey Mysterio versus Dashing Cody Rhodes. That match was incredible. I like how they carried the match because it's a false count anywhere match. Even though they can't land on a hard floor, don't expect some big moves for them to do it because they can get seriously hurt from that. I mean, I don't know how they can display the moves, but they did play it off fairly well, but it did look too limited when they were backstage area. So it did look limited, but they were trying to avoid them getting seriously hurt. So that was a good match. On top of that, what else? What else happened? Yeah, on top of that, when they fought in the snack stands, where they say, "Holy wow," that was one of the best matches. Like, that match was just very, very incredible. Like, the matches were very good, but I would say it was at its best. But it was a very great match, but it was at its best. I'm sorry I have to say that, but yeah, I give this match 4.5 stars out of 5. Next match was Layla versus Michelle McCool. Okay, there was some problems with this match. Okay. The finishing moves were way too rushed. Like, I think they did it way too soon. Because the Divas matches are always the shortest matches, they rush everything. I think it looked pretty sloppy. It looked pretty ludicrous, to be very honest. And for them to rush the moves like halfway through the match in the beginning, and for them to kick out like that, of course it's gonna lose or least WWE match. They always gonna put some intensity in the match, but the finishing moves were way too rushed. So. That was a slight disappointment for me, but overall the match was great. Layla and Michelle McCool finally going at it. This is like a Triple H and Shawn. This reminds me a lot of Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Like when the same story, like back in 2002, when Shawn Michaels was mad at Triple H was mad at Shawn Michaels because he wants to Triple H claimed that Shawn Michaels was weak and vulnerable. And so he claims that, he can't wrestle anymore. He could have been there by my side. And he says his ego and his pride didn't allow that. So, this was a similar situation, I have to say. Hold on. Oh, sorry. But anyway, this is the problem here. Apparently, Shawn Michaels claims, things like that, and he got tired of Triple H's ego, apparently. So that's how Triple H turned heel, and Shawn Michaels is still face. So this was a similar situation. They were best friends, and then eventually they got tired of each other because of Triple H, slamming Shawn Michaels because he got tired of his ego and pride. So, and then Triple H claimed that he used Shawn Michaels to get to the top. This was kind of similar to Michelle McCool and Layla. They used each other to get to the top, and that's what it turned out to be. So, the finishing moves looked a little too rushed. They could have used it near the end with the finishing moves, and then And then they could have just played it out even better where how do you call that? Where it gets more intense and it could have been more climatic. But the match was a very climatic match. The finishing was incredible. Everyone thought I thought the match was over with the Faith Breaker. Layla countered into the 3 count. And that match was a very incredible match. I give a lot of props for that. 1, 2, 3. Very good match. Next match was Christian and Alberto Del Rio. Alberto Del Rio, if I call him Dorito. This match was a very, very incredible, great match. One of the best matches for Christian. A lot of intensity. It was a long match. I thought Alberto Del Rio had it right there before Edge beeped his Jeep or beeped his car or Jeep, whatever. And then he came out of nowhere. Alright, apparently Edge came out to aid Christian and knocked Del Rio off the ladder. But here's the problem. I don't know why Christian had to get the world title by Edge's interference. It looked kind of ludicrous. Christian could have knocked Del Rio off the ladder, and then Edge could have taunted Del Rio after the match when Christian wins. Like, that was pretty ludicrous, but since Christian won and became world champion in support of his best friend Edge, it was just phenomenal. So, that was a great long match. It had the best endurance there. It had some incredible high-flying moves and high-flying offense. Christian always puts off his best, how do you call that? His best matches there on the ladder matches. And it turns out that's his new specialist behind Jeff Hardy and Edge. Yeah, so that was one of the best matches. Like, with TLC, his match in TLC versus Shelton Benjamin back in 2009 was even better, but Christian Alberto Del Rio was just as good, and I think that was a phenomenal match. So I'm glad Christian won, which was just incredible. So instead of Edge competing in the match, it turned out to be Christian, and Christian winning it. I really think Edge earned it. I mean, Christian finally earned it. And, you know, some of the fans may be delusional, saying he doesn't deserve it, but he puts on a great show, and he is a very underrated wrestler, and I kind of agree. Like, I think he really deserves to be at the top finally. The longest reigning ECW champion, but he wasn't the last ECW champion Ezekiel Jackson was, so which is phenomenal. So I'm pretty glad of Christian winning, and it was just such great relief. Next match we had, so I give this match a 4.5 stars out of 5, which was one of the best matches there. Next match, John Morrison and John Cena. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention, the country whipping match. Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler versus Jack Swagger and Michael Cole. Oh my word, that match was very good. It was very entertaining to watch. I was amused by it. I thought it wouldn't be that great. I thought Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross would have obviously picked up the win to end this feud right there. But it turned out that wasn't the case. Michael Cole was able to pull off an arm drag pin to get the win. And that's what we got. We got the biggest arm dragging pin. And then that got Michael Cole to win. I should have had a feeling that Michael Cole was going to pick up the win. That way they could keep this storyline going. So I'm thinking the storyline is going to end by SummerSlam. I have to say by SummerSlam or by next year. Because the feud's going to end eventually, trust me. So I think, you know, this could keep the feud going. This could build up Michael Cole claiming that he's 2-0. And this could really, really boost his character up. Because his character is interesting. And, you know, on top of that, for Michael Cole to pick up another upset victory, which would just really spark up his character up. I know Michael Cole's annoying. He's getting shoved down our throats. But he's doing his job. He's doing an incredible job. I mean, yeah, in real life he took it way too far, but I'm hoping he sticks it on screen instead of off screen. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay, moving on. We had John Cena, The Miz, and John Morrison. John Morrison pulled off a great match. He did incredible in the steel cage. I feel like what he did was a little bit too limited, but he actually displayed some good moves here and there, which you can't expect him to do everything spectacular. He could cause an injury. But, yeah, John Morrison was just great in the match. He did his job very well, very good. John Cena did his job very good, even though he has limited moves. It turned out he displayed more moves and finally stopped with the limited movesets that he has and expanded a little bit more. The Miz was very good. He did his job as a heel, but he did more of his job as a competitor, which is incredible. For him to get suplex like that, oh my word, he got slammed hard. But in reality, I was just very glad that the Miz was okay. Because if he did snap his neck in the middle of that ring, then he would have got pinned eventually. There's no way he could get up from that. But yeah, with John Morrison doing the Super Cena stuff, I think he did a little bit too much, and I think that overstretched the wire. But you know, for him to do it, it kind of got me some hope that John Cena would become the WWE champion. But yeah, I was kind of going for John Morrison, but John Cena did a heck of a job. And this is the part where it got to everyone. It was obvious R-Truth was going to interfere in the match and cost Morrison the opportunity. And John Morrison would seek some payback eventually soon. And that's what we got. So the case was that that John Morrison got involved in the match, and he slammed John Morrison. No, he attacked him, then he slammed the door on Morrison, which R-Truth did indeed. And on the other hand, his interview was funny. He said, "See you at Conspiracy." Now they're turning him into a comic relief as a heel. But he wasn't intended to be funny. He's going to be an unintentional comic relief, which would just be so hilarious. So, hopefully R-Truth gets a good push, because he's getting the best heat there, and I'm very glad he's getting that heat so far. So, let's hope he gets his main event push as a heel, R-Truth. So, we'll see what he goes from there after his feud with Morrison. So, I don't know what's next with that. But, anyway, yeah, the match was an incredible match. John Cena nails a super attitude adjustment. I was surprised. I thought The Miz was going to kick out, but that wasn't the case. John Cena wins and becomes WWE champion. And then after that, he pulls off a promo claiming that Bin Laden is dead. And then he's fighting for his country, hustle, loyalty, respect, which was a surprising promo. I didn't see that. I cut off when John Cena won, but the case was that John Cena won, and then after that, he celebrates, and that's quite it. So I give the main event match, which was a good steel cage match because Morrison was in it, putting off some good, sick, incredible moves. I give this match 5 stars out of 5. It was a perfect match. The match was very good, even though John Cena did this whole Super Cena stuff. But everyone displayed some good moves in the ring, even in real life on the show. So which was just very phenomenal. So this pay-per-view was a very good pay-per-view. I thought it was incredible, and you know, Extreme Rules was one of the best pay-per-views this year. So I give a lot of props to Extreme Rules. So I give this pay-per-view 9 stars out of 10. Great pay-per-view. I'm very proud that they put on a good show, even though they have some limited moves, but they're still able to manage to go through that and put on a heck of a show. So I'm very proud of them. So this is the Ren Dog Extreme, and I am taking you to the extreme.